Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the season finale of the Tuesday Night Truck Series right here on Racers Elite Network. Tonight, these drivers will take to this beautiful Chicagoland Speedway to decide who will win the championship here tonight. 5 drivers absolutely in the complete running of this championship, but these drivers ultimately hold the championship in their hands. I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth alongside me, the one, the only Andrew Teft. And coming on, showing all these beautiful views from Whiplash Sim Cams is the one and only Christian Hill. Always giving us these beautiful views. Thank you, Christian, for everything you do. Andrew Teft, thank you for everything you do. And we are absolutely going to kill it out of the park. Your track tonight, your schedule for today. The final race of the schedule is here at Chicagoland as we finish out this season. It has been a very long couple of months since we started back in October over at Homestead, Miami, and all the way here to Chicagoland. A lot of these drivers has had their ups and downs, and let me tell you what, I don't know who's more excited to get this season over. Is it the top 5 in the championship standings, or if it's us up here in the booth? Because, man, these guys have put on a show, and I'm not ready for this season to end. But tonight, to figure out who the championship will be, they got to get around this. I don't want to necessarily say it's an awkward shaped oval, but it's an awkward shaped oval. It's sitting at just about 1.52 miles. The backstretch is not straight, so these drivers are practically turning the whole entire time around this speedway. It does consist of 4 turns, and it did open back in July of 2001. Now, the banking is going to be really rough for these drivers, getting down from the corner down onto pit road at 45 miles an hour. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these drivers will be able to handle green flag pit stops when we get to it. Now, as we've been talking about, points, and this is how it currently looks, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Dunaway out front with the points lead with 2,138 points, only 2 points ahead of Troy Thomas with 2,136 points. Blair Holloman and Alex Teft, they both hold 3rd spot with 2,131 spots. And Brandon Sanfilippo back with 2,127 points. These 5 drivers are ultimately the ones running for the championship here tonight. But don't count out Truth Hope, Patrick Millett, Jordan Sailors, Aaron Roth, or Alan Wild. Especially Kensley Smith and Cliff Adams. Any of those top 12 drivers could still come home with the race win tonight. Even though they will not clinch the championship, they are going to still prove why they were in this chase to begin with. So, how it's going to boil down? Going to go through this real quick, so try to keep up. For Sean to win the championship today, he has to finish ahead of Troy, regardless of bonus points. Ultimately, he wins, and he clinches the championship. Troy, he must beat Sean by at least 1 point with no bonuses. Ultimately, it's a win plus add on a couple bonus points. He will clinch the championship. Don't count Blair Holloman out just yet. For this to work, Blair will need to win the race. Sean needs to finish 3rd or worse, and Troy needs to finish 2nd or worse. And Blair needs to grab as many bonus points as he can. Now, Alex Teft still right behind him. It says because of this tiebreaker, he must absolutely win and be in front of Blair no matter what. And Blair, Alex will need to do just that, because if they do end up tie-breaking, Blair will take it based off of wins.
That would be Sean. Sean based off of top
Sean.
10s.
Sean. That's between Alex and Blair.
Sean would win any tiebreaker just based on his number of top 10s.
Right, that is true. That's very true. But it's going to be very exciting here, ladies and gentlemen. We're down for it, and these drivers are now lining up down on pit road. Let's go ahead and take a look here at our starting lineup for tonight's season finale here at Chicagoland. And starting on the pole, driver that number 12 machine is going to be Brandon Sanfilippo, followed by Jonathan Stidham in that number 42. Very strong qualifying for Stidham. Blair Holloman and Philip Archibald will share row number 2. Row number 3, Sean Dunaway and Truth Hoke will share row number 3. Stephen Luttrell and Troy Thomas will share row 4. Row number 5, you got Barry Nelson and Alan Wild in a new paint scheme this week. Frank Chavez and Kyle Hess will make up row number 6. Row number 7, Kirby Wainscott will be joined by Patrick Millett. Love the helmet design by Patrick. Alex Teft in that number 43 paint scheme. He's going to be joined by Aaron Roth in that number 57 machine. A new paint scheme, it looks like, for Roth as well. Chris Gotzel and Andrew Tech will make up row number 9. And rounding out your field, Timothy Eisberg will round out the field in that Shaco LLC number 92. Be rolling off technically 18th on the grid. Just absolute mind-boggling. And let's go ahead, send it over to you, Andrew, for our race analysis and our weather.
Yeah, it looks like we got about 69 degrees ambient temperature, 72 degrees track temperature. Got a partly cloudy sky and just a light breeze, no chance of rain or anything. I did a few practice laps. It's pretty wide open. I believe you can stay wide open for quite a few laps into the run. Fuel gauge was saying about 29 laps, so this should be a 3-stop race for everybody.
Right, and we've definitely got a really good race for you here tonight. All right, so the question is now, Andrew, who do you have to win the championship here tonight?
Yeah, that's a tough question. Rattled off a lot of situations at the start there, but Troy's surprised me a couple times already during this chase, and I'm not going to let him surprise me again. So I'm gonna pick him tonight and put the pressure on him.
Absolutely, and I've always gone with Sean Dunaway in that 0-1 machine, simply because of that Hello Kitty. He's been very strong, and I know no one can hear, but Christian, who do you got for the championship tonight? All right, Christian has his hands on Blair as he has been strong all season, and it's time now to get this underway here at Chicagoland. Brandon Sanfilippo, Jonathan Stidham bring the field to the green flag for the last time here for this season. And as of right now, Sanfilippo getting a very strong run on the inside there, but Blair Holloman, he's right there on his back bumper. He's going to clear Stidham for a second. And now they are going to run side by side back for that third spot between Stidham and Dunaway. Dunaway on the inside trying to make his way around Stidham, but not able to do it. He's going to go up and smack the wall out of turn 4, and here comes Luttrell. Now, Blair Holloman, he is putting the pressure on Brandon Sanfilippo in that number 12 Chevrolet. Here comes Stidham flying around the inside, taking over second on the exit of turn 2. What an absolute power move by Stidham in that number 42 machine as he quickly took over that second spot. And look right behind him in that number 36. Here comes Stephen Luttrell trying to make some noise up here in the top 3. What an incredible start to this race. Still side by side now for that second spot. Holloman and Stidham trying to duke it out here for that second spot as Barry Nelson in that number 28, he's been flexing his muscles the last few races as he's trying to make some noise to finish strong for this season, heading into next season. But right now, Dave will go ahead and run single file right now as we ride on board here with Jonathan Stidham. You know, it's actually mind-boggling that they go 170 through these corners, hit up to just about 190 before they back it back down to about 170.
I was running by myself out there for the most part during practice, and I was like right on the verge of full throttle. You know, with these increased speeds in the pack racing, imagine we'll see some lifting at some point with the tire wear.
Oh yeah, definitely. Once the tire wear starts to, you know, come into effect, that's when everything will start. Gonna start to see who's been saving and who hasn't been saving. So definitely going to be very interesting to see as that decides as well, you know, who's going to make their way to the front. As we have Blair Holloman finally making his move on your race leader. He's looking to quickly get his first bonus point of the evening, as he is now running side by side with Sanfilippo down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It is an absolute madhouse here at Chicagoland. Everybody racing very aggressively, as you see that number 36 machine trying to push his way into second as he drafts up right behind Sanfilippo. He had to back off there entering turn number 1, but here they come now out of turn number 2. He's looking to make that draft work once again, not able to get really to the outside there of Holloman, but that's not giving him up just yet. And here comes Truth Hope. He's now in the mix here in the top 6 to start taking away positions up from these guys up front. Sanfilippo currently still leading every single lap so far. Holloman, oh, a big slip there from Sanfilippo. That will give the race lead over to Holloman. As you see Barry Nelson go for a big slide at it too. Really big slide there out of turn 2. But that right there is going to give Blair Holloman his first bonus point of the evening. So his evening is starting off very strong now, as this is going to really determine who wins the championship here tonight. As we see Sanfilippo getting challenged here by Nelson, but now here comes Truth Hope. He's looking to start making his way up around Nelson. He will clear him, and now he has his eyes set on Sanfilippo in that number 12. You know, I want to talk about Truth Hope for just a quick moment, as we see Sean Dunaway fighting there for that spot right behind him. You know, Truth Hope, he has really grown so much this season, and he's become a more dominant force, you know, contending for top 5s every single week. So I just want to give my major props out to Truth in that number 55 machine. And we're excited to see what he can do next season. Now let's go ahead and jump back over to that number 10 of Kirby Wayne Scott, currently sitting in that 7th spot. He has, I'm sorry, Sean Dunaway in the 6th spot. That's who we were going to. He's struggling a little bit here, but I think he might be saving a little bit of tires in that 01 Hello Kitty machine to start making moves as this run moves on.
Yeah, seeing a couple different tire saving philosophies out there. There's the guys that want to run up high and kind of keep the wheel input out of the truck, and there's the guys that kind of just want to roll the bottom smoothly. And interested to see how they kind of each play out here.
Now, when you were out here practicing with these guys earlier today, what did you see with tire wear?
I didn't really do it very long run, but yeah, a little snug. Like right on the verge of needing to lift pretty much the entire corner, and with the arrow out there also, I think these guys are gonna lose their nose with trucks in front of them. I ran mostly by myself in practice, so they seems like they kind of tweaked the aero package in the truck recently. I don't know all the details, but might see that play into effect here also.
Yeah, they've definitely been tweaking this truck to make it more realistic. As you see, Steven Latrell in that 36 get way squirrely heading down into turn number 1. But just the way they've been tweaking it, a lot of drivers, they're just not used to that package. And, for those of us that are, really, really good in the truck, it's definitely a lot different than it was the last couple of seasons. So, watching these drivers be able to adapt to that, and having to try to save those tires because of the package, it definitely makes a big, big difference. As we see, Steven Latrell, he's currently falling back to that 6th spot, right back behind Sean Dunaway now, as he moves up in front of Kirby Wainscott. He's got to get himself get back into right gear and start moving forward again the way Steven Latrell knows how to do. But he's just seemed to be struggling here in the first 16 laps.
We should be getting to about the point in the run where tires would matter if they're going to. Guys can do about 29 laps on a run. Seen Sean mostly on the bottom, so I kind of want to see how that works out for him. Some other guys mostly running the top. I think Truth's been mostly high side.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how some of these drivers do run out right up that outside lane. Like, when I get here into these corners, I really want to, just stick it down. But, at the same time, some of these drivers love to rim ride that wall, and they make it work for them. Now, as you see a couple drivers right there getting into the wall on entry to turn 3.
I think fastest way around by yourself is bottom, but with the arrow the way it is, you can really just pull that bottom car back, and I think the top might be better just defense-wise. Kind of starting to see these guys just sort of block the top, but Sean's rolling the bottom pretty nicely here. He's been really patient with his set of tires.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like there's one driver out here that is absolutely not saving tires whatsoever, and that's going to be Blair Holloman out in that number 32 machine. He's opened up a little bit of a bigger gap in front of that 12 machine. So it's not sure exactly how much those two guys are saving, but both of them are just about 1 second in front of third place of Truth Hope. But here we got Sean Dunaway fighting hard on the inside of Barry Nelson. Barry Nelson, again, he's another driver that's really grown throughout this season as well as a driver. He's normally running in the back, and then just like halfway through the season, there's been like a switch in that number 28. Nelson's just absolutely came alive, and he's just being absolutely phenomenal.
Seeing Philip Archibald way up top also.
Yeah. They're looking to go 3 wide.
Yeah, this apron does come into play a lot here. I think using it does sort of hurt your tires in the long run, like we were talking at Phoenix a couple weeks ago. Sometimes it's helpful to just complete the pass, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Kirby in the wall a little bit back there. I don't think it was enough to hurt anything. Well, It's also like an older surface too, so there's some strange bumps out there. You can see some patchwork there going into one.
Yeah, that is true. Christian just said that this is also a very older surface, and it has had some patch-ups throughout the years. And if you take a closer look heading down into turn one, you can see those darker spots where the track was patched. So there it is, right there. That inside lane, that third lane there. Yeah, there we go. Really good look right there.
Those seams come into play a lot here. They don't really upset the truck, and they can add a lot of grip.
Yeah, I remember back before they actually repaved Atlanta. Those seams in the center. If you hit them, you were just going for a ride. So you had to be really, really careful with the seams.
It's really fun where Kirby and Barry were just back there. There's a seam way high up against the wall, and if you're careful, you can run above it the entire lap, but there's not a huge margin for error up there. You could get up there and keep your left straight on it.
Yeah, those guys definitely know how to ride around the outside and stay out of the wall. And again, I don't know how some of those guys do it, because if I were to try to do that, I'm always up into the wall. It's like I was running out of complete talent once I get up there.
It's looking like a pretty clean race overall. If this were to go green, it'd be a slight variation in strategies. I think we might see about a 5-lap difference in when people choose to pit. Might see some comers and goers, but I think it's going to be just 3-4 tire stops if it did go green.
Yeah. Definitely a really, really good race as we are working now lap number 27 of 105. We should be starting to see pit stops probably here within the next 5 to 7 laps, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm hearing the 10 coming in on the radio. This is where it would break even if you chopped it into 4 runs. Well, we'll have to see who goes long here into this run and if it helps him in the next run.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Kirby Wainscott in that number 10 machine coming down. Troy Thomas in the 88 and Timothy Eisberg in the 92 are both coming down pit road now. Beautiful stop there by Kirby, getting into his pit stop.
Got some 3-wide action here on the front stretch. Oh, it's just cleared a couple guys going into one. I guess his tires are coming on really late in this run. Took advantage of the apron we were talking about.
Absolutely.
You see two guys side by side. If you're running behind that, you're just licking your chops easily. Just scoop by him on the apron.
Yeah, definitely. And Sean Dunaway, he will get 1 extra bonus point for leading a lap at the moment. So all these bonus points are absolutely coming into play now. And as of right now, Blair Holloman, he has the most laps led. As we ride on board here with Barry Nelson, that number 28 machine. Slowing up, heading here into turn 3. Very possible he's looking to come down pit road. Yes, he is, and so is your race leader. Oh, slow it down, Barry. Get it down 45. Or is it 55 here? I thought it was 45 here. All right, well, I guess it's 55.
Seems like that might be a little bit off.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's calibrated right. Either that or he's got a penalty and just doesn't care. But
No, he does not have a penalty. Well, that was very interesting. So, yeah, so I thought pit. So we thought pit speed limit's 45, but we could be wrong. Let me double check that. Pit road speed is 50.
Thought so. We'll have to update that on our graphic. For real? Oh, I'm talking to Christian. Christian says
No.
iRacing says it's 45, but
For me, it says 50.
I thought it was 50 when I was out there practicing. Anyway.
Yes. Screenshot that for me. I'm going to screenshot it on my end as well.
Don went long there, and he wound up about 5 seconds behind now that he's back on track. We'll have to see if he'll have fresher tires than the guys around him now. We'll have to see if he can close that gap and if that helps him or not. There is a strategy to just go long every time and potentially just do a splash and go or 2 tires at the end.
It's interesting.
If I'm one of these championship contenders, I want to do something different than the guy I'm chasing, so I can make up some ground. Kind of a gamble, but we've got 5 guys going at it tonight within 11 points, so it's hard to do something different than all of them.
Right. And as of right now, we've got 3 of those drivers in the top 5 alone, and that's your race leader, Blair Holloman, Troy Thomas, sit back and forth. And Sean Dunaway, who's taking it 3 wide to try to get past Troy Thomas, heading down here into turn 1. Thomas being smart, trying to pinch him down to slow that down as they make slight contact. But Dunaway, he will get clear, and here comes that 33 of Alan Wild, another chase contender. He says, hey guys, don't forget about me. As, he gets it to the wall there heading into turn 3, but he's able to go ahead and keep that 33 straight. And he's going to continue to run on the outside. Pitch it out.
Holy cow.
Really close, tight racing here at Chicagoland. But it is the season finale. All the points matter. And for Troy Thomas, he has to find a different gear and start moving up. But here comes Sean Dunaway now working on the inside of Stephen Luttrell for that 3rd spot. But Luttrell not giving it up so easily as they head down here into turn 3. And it does look like he will go ahead and clear him for that 3rd spot on the exit turn 4. So now he's starting to make his way up through the field, and now he's got to try to, I think it's a 2-second gap up to San Filippo, just about a 3-second gap. So Sean Dunaway is definitely heading in the right direction here.
We've got some contact on the backstretch with Truth. I don't think it's a yellow, but Champ was probably, I just called him Champ. Truth was just out of championship contention, but he was pretty close.
Yeah, looking at it here, he's running hard with Wayne Scott, and he kind of pinches Wayne Scott. Oh, he actually gets airborne heading down the back straightaway there.
I heard someone screaming, what was that? And Truth was slow down the backstretch. I think Kirby might have had a little piece of it.
It's absolutely wild. I don't know if Christian can go back and grab a replay of that. A lap 35 for Truth Oak. Is it 36? Yep, 36. Yeah. Just take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Coming down the back straightaway. He just runs up, gets into him, and that 55 just almost gets flipped upside down on the backstretch. But everybody keeps it straight and on the ground. So no caution for this, but big contact there for Truth Oak at that 55 machine.
I'm hearing Truth say that he didn't know Kirby was up high.
Oh, really?
Barry Nelson actually got a black flag for damage, it sounds like, as part of that.
Oh, wow, okay. Definitely very unfortunate there for Barry Nelson in that number 28 machine.
That transition off of 2 is kind of strange. I'm glad there's no painted lines here, because
Yeah.
And one of the games or sims had painted lines, and then you've got sort of the paved lines where the seams are, and they didn't really line up very well. So you'd have these guys following the painted lines and some guys following the seams, and just classically drive into each other off of turn 2, and turn 2 is on a curve, so the whole thing is just a little strange.
All right, so currently looking at everything the way it stands, your champion at this point would be Blair Holloman if we were to take the checker flag right now, as he has led one lap. He currently has the fastest lap, and he's led the most laps today. So as of right now, it looks like it's in good hands for Blair to win the championship here tonight. But we still got over 50 laps to get there as we take a look here at Kyle Hessen, that number 9 machine, trying to work on the inside here of Jonathan Stidham, who started back up on that second or that first road today. As he does the crossover, trying to make something happen here on the front straightaway, not able to really do much with it just yet. This is back here for that 9th spot. And now Jonathan Stidham, he gets a really good run there out of turn 2. But right behind them, here comes Aaron Roth in that number 57 machine. He's looking to make some noise between these two guys, and let's see what he can do. Yes, definitely a different paint than what we're used to seeing out of that number 57 machine. Sponsoring from Gargoyles. It's nice, simple, but it's elegant. It's nice. It's not just plain, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Because you can have just a one color, scheme like that, and just have a couple logos on there, and it just looks blah. But he's really made that number 57 really stand out here tonight at Chicagoland. We've got a big battle up here for that 5th spot between Alan Wild and Alex Teff. As Teff, he's looking to take it over from Alan Wild. But right behind them, they do have Troy Thomas also in the wake. Teff, he will barely fit his back end in front of Wild, and that causes Wild to lift, and that's going to allow Troy Thomas to now make a run here on the back straightaway. Let's see what Wild can do to try to gain ground once again here on Teff, but nothing able to do it, as Teff will continue to pull away from the two behind, and that allows Troy Thomas to get right to the back bumper of Alan Wild. But Alex Teff, he is slowly but surely making his way up through the field in true Teff fashion, as he's already gained 10 spots since the start of this race. And he is sitting just about 2 seconds back from 4th place of Stephen Luttrell in that number 36 machine.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the long strategy, because if Blair continues to just sort of break this even, he would come in around lap 54, so got about 6 laps. Looks like Alex just got a little piece of the wall there going into 1. But Sean is still about 3.5 seconds behind. I'm not sure he's going to make that up in 6 laps when Blair starts pitting again, so you might see Sean adjust and not go as long this next stop.
Yeah, definitely. Staying out longer definitely hurt Sean Dunaway. And at some tracks you can stay out longer and it'd be okay, but at some tracks, for instance, like Chicagoland or Texas, where tires are a really big factor, that just changes everything. So you can stay out at like Bristol, maybe. You could stay out at Martinsville and not make a big difference. But these bigger tracks, it does make a huge difference. As we do have Kirby Wainscott down on pit road now. As we are taking a look here at the 88, trying to get around Alan Wild in that number 33 machine now. Working that inside for Troy Thomas now. Troy Thomas really coming alive this later half of this run now, as he's finally got himself around Alan Wild, and now he's got his eyes set on Alex Teff. But let's wait and see what what Alan Wild does here in turn 1.
Interesting, the finish on Alan's truck. You see that a lot recently, where it almost looks kind of ghosted from a distance. Anybody that's played a racing game knows, the ghost car qualifying that you're chasing or whatever, but it kind of looks like that to me.
I don't either. And it's happened to me before, and I don't know how to fix that, to be honest.
I'd have to ask Hensley for some advice, because not strong in the paint department.
All right, we are now crossed over into the halfway mark, meaning we are working 28 minutes and 30 seconds into this race. So these guys are absolutely putting on a wonderful show here. As we take a look here at that 707 machine of Chris Gotzel, trying to hold off Jonathan Stidham in that number 42 for the 12th spot.
This is looking pretty green.
Yeah, Jonathan Stidham just got wicked loose there out of turn number 4. I think Jonathan Stidham just kind of heard what you said there a second ago. And he was saying here, hold my ambrosia. I'll just make his crap up as I go.
Yeah, coming up on another strategy kind of intersection. I'm not confident about the long strategy yet, but maybe. Sometimes Alex surprises me with these and beats me, so I'm not an expert on it. But I mean, if you go long all 3 runs, probably around lap 90, you'd have a 15-lap run at the end where you could potentially just do a splash and go or take 2 tires. And these things normally rotate better on 2 tires for at least a few laps, and it's not really a long run, so this could be really interesting.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. As Troy Thomas, he already came down pit road to get his service done. Truth Hoke now, Philip Archibald, Stephen Luttrell in that number 36 machine coming down pit road now. Alex Teff in that number 43 machine. He's doing his Alex Teff thing, and he's really out there enjoying himself, on this Tuesday night drive. And I'm taking a look here, and it looks like San Filippo, he's gone to the back bumper of Blair. But Blair, he is now going to come down pit road. Sean Dunaway, he's going to stay out.
He got within about a second and a half before Blair came in, I believe.
Yeah, definitely going to be. It's going to be very interesting to see how long Sean decides to stay out this time, as he pulls down into his box. And right side's going on. Left side's going on now, as Sean Dunaway, he will continue to stay out. Blair Holloman, he's just really wicked fast.
Yeah, his biggest problem is Sean Dunaway tonight, and he needs Sean to finish probably back around 5th. Looks like Blair's probably going to earn the most laps led bonus point. He's got that working for him.
Yep, definitely is. Sean Dunaway, he's now coming down pit road with San Filippo.
Somebody looks like they're missing pit entry, I think. Oh, we got a yellow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Aaron Roth kind of came in a little hot and couldn't make pit road, it looked like, and might have slowed down. Slown, just made up a word. Slowed down too much.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's actually a very awkward, I wouldn't imagine the caution would be flown for that. But as you see here, the 88 machine of Thomas getting around him, and both of these drivers are going to buckle it down to come down pit road, and he just forgot where he was, I guess. And he's off the racing surface, which makes it even more interesting.
I don't think he fully stopped. Maybe there was something else going on, but...
But I am showing here in my event viewer that Aaron Roth did crash, quote unquote. So,
unfortunately for Blair, he had just pitted. It looks like he's going to be the lucky dog. But he's going to be tail end of the longest lap to longest lane.
Oh, honestly. How the turns have tabled.
Something like that.
So Alex Teft, he's now coming down pit road. That's going to put Brandon Sanfilippo and Sean Dunaway first, second. But I'm showing Holloman back at that 4th spot.
Let's see. Yeah, Steve looks to be on the tail end of the lead lap here, where he'll get a wave around if he stays out. Along with Troy, our leader is Alex, so just running order. Whoever's in front of Alex here should get a wave around if they stay out.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys like what you see so far, you could always head over to racerselite.com to see all of our amazing action that we have going on. We always have something going on every single day of the week. And we also want to send out a special thank to Whiplash Sim Cams. Always, check out Whiplash Sim Cams. They've got really good pricing and deals, and we absolutely love using Whiplash Sim Cams because they give us some of the best views that we can offer here on the service.
I had a few wave arounds just because of when this yellow fell. These guys are going to be on some older tires compared to everybody else, so they'll be hoping for a quick yellow. Kind of get back on equal footing.
Yeah. Alright, so Brandon Sanfilippo, Sean Dunaway will make up row number 1. Alex Teft and Blair Hall, Alex Teft, and that will be the 92 of Timothy Eisburn. He will make up the outside row 2. And this is actually going to put Blair Holloman on the inside 6 cars back, as the rest of the field will catch up to Blair. from those wave rounds. Pace truck is off, and we are getting ready to go back green flag racing right here at Chicagoland. San Filippo gets an incredible jump. Sean Dunaway, he is going to drag race Alex Teft for that second spot, diving down here into turn number one. As these drivers are continuing to get back up to full speed. Right now, Alex Teft, he will take over that second spot, but here comes Sean Dunaway right behind him. But he's now going to make a move on the inside, and he's looking to retake the second spot. Nope, he's going to hold on to it. I'm not going to say anything just yet, but I think Sean Dunaway, he's going to have a little bit of company here very, very soon. As you see Sean Dunaway looking on the outside here of that lap down car of Barry Nelson. But right behind Sean Dunaway now is the one and the only Blair Holloman. So Blair Holloman now trying to work that outside lane, trying to make his way back up to the front. We know that Holloman, he is wicked fast. So he's just got to make sure he's also saving his tires for this run here to the next pit cycle. So, you know, how hard do you think Holloman's going to want to push?
Yeah, we haven't seen him have to really battle a lot of traffic yet. Looks like he's going to just try to fight to the lead pretty quickly, and I've got about 40 laps left, so everybody's going to need one more stop. It must just be, I don't know, there's so many ways you could cut this. You could just, you could still do a splash and go, or rights, or split it in half. Everybody should still need one though.
Oh, Holloman up into the wall there on entry to turn 3. And here comes Stephen Luttrell now attacking on the inside here on the front straightaway. He's running pretty good there side by side here with Holloman. And I don't think we've actually ever seen somebody be able to keep up with Holloman out of these corners just the way that Stephen Luttrell was able to do that just there. But now he gets around Luttrell. And here comes Sean Dunaway now attacking on the inside of Luttrell. Blair just absolutely gets a massive head of steam down the front straightaway. As you continue to see Dunaway here running side by side with Stephen Luttrell for that fourth spot. But these drivers are not giving up much room here. And, you know, Stephen Luttrell, he's not running for the championship. He's running for a race win. So I'm actually very surprised to see, you know, that he's not being a little bit more lenient with your championship contenders. But at the same time, I'm glad he's not, because he's given us one heck of a race here with Sean Dunaway. Oh! The 92 gets turned. Caution will fly once again. Timothy Eisburn, Barry Nelson, both facing the wrong way. I kind of just got a quick glimpse of that right before they disappeared from the view. Let's come back here and take a look, see what happened. As you see, Eisburn running on the inside of Nelson. Nelson trying to side draft. And yeah, Eisburn just comes up and he just gets punted up into the wall. You know, that's the second time that that one of these drivers tried to self-clear. So now I'm wondering if the iRacing spotters are not working. Or I wonder if they fell asleep. As we run on board here with Nelson, and just Eisburn just comes right up. And he hits him at that really weird spot where it transitioned from the concrete over to the safer barrier.
I think Barry's a little far off the wall also for that situation. I think it seemed like Barry thought Tim was going to use the apron on the front stretch, and that kind of got him out of shape. And yeah, I think Barry needed to get out closer to the wall there, and Tim was expecting him to be further out. Just Tim thought he was clear. It's a racing deal.
Mine as well.
This is tough to keep up with. I don't know what to look at. Now we're going to be close on fuel. Can you stretch for, I don't know, what do we got? 33 laps or so? 34 laps? Maybe we'll see some guys top off here. Is that a taker down pit road for a top off? Frank Chavez. It is very full throttle here, but if you got a clutch, I think if you were dedicated to the strategy, you could pull it off. If you're in the back, you might as well top off. If you're one of these guys up here, I wouldn't want to give up the track position for an extra lap of fuel. Looks like Kyle chose the top here also, which is interesting. I think we might have lost Mike.
Give me just 1 second.
There he is. I was getting lonely.
Lonely. Now I'm just making a really quick note to remind myself to do something, because if I don't, I'll forget.
Back to green here. Top got a really good launch. Kyle's got him cleared already. I guess the top was a good choice, or maybe Phil just wasn't on his reaction time.
As we see that three-wide action happening in the back behind him, Brandon Sanfilippo, Blair Holloman, Philip Archibald all coming up towards the front. As you see Stephen Luttrell taking over the race lead from Kyle Hess. And here comes Blair Holloman looking to retake the race lead, as he's got Alex Teft right in his heels. But right now, Sean Dunaway, three-wide action back behind him. We take a look here with the 33 machine, as this battle back here for that 10th spot is really brewing. Some really good strong action happening up here. Stephen Luttrell trying to hold off the hard charging Blair Holloman. So far he's able to do it, but that's allowed Alex Teft now to get right to the back bumper of Holloman. And Alex Teft, he's trying to make some moves up here. He's looking to try to take over that top spot, but he was not able to get next to Stephen Luttrell down the back straightaway. But don't count Alex Teft out just yet, because he's not going to stop trying until he can catch up to the race leader of Blair Holloman.
Steve used every inch of track there off of 4.
That he did, and Blair Holloman, he's just starting to pull away here, and Sean Dunaway, I just want to point out, he's fallen all the way back to that 6th spot, so definitely not a really good restart here for Sean, but hopefully he can start making his way back towards the front. as we are coming to start lap number 78.
If I'm Sean, I'm not sure if Sean's been able to lead a lap. Actually, I think he did earlier in the race when he went
Yes.
long.
Yeah,
I feel pretty.
Go ahead.
If I'm him, I feel pretty comfortable if I'm fourth or higher. It might be close, but he's also got that tiebreaker in his pocket, so.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and wrench a couple numbers here real quick.
And we've got some lap sled shown on the screen now also. So everybody gets a point for leading a lap. There's also a point for leading the most laps and one for the fastest lap in the race. Looks like Christian's got something cooking. Oh, sounds like Truth Hope now has the fastest lap bonus point. He was entering about 19 points behind or so, I don't think there's enough trucks out there tonight for him to be able to just mathematically make it up.
.279 as it stands. And with Sean Dunaway sitting back in that 10th spot.
Yeah, 10th, I'm worried if I'm Sean. That's, yeah, he may, I'm not sure what strategy he's after either. Maybe he's going long, so he's just riding right now, saving his tires.
Yeah, so if it were to end right now, how it stands, Blair would win the championship with 2,179 points, and Sean would get it, or he won't get it, but he will be 6 points back with 2,173. So Sean's definitely got to make up 6 spots here, as he's just dropped back another position back to the 11th spot.
Troy's having a rough time here now too. Back in 13th, he's got to find something, do something different.
Yeah, definitely. Whoa!
Ooh,
Alex Jeff barely clear on that one. As you see, Stephen Luttrell not too happy about that, giving Jeff a little bit of a shove down the back straightaway. And because of that, that's opened up the door for Brandon Sanfilippo to get around Luttrell coming out of turn number 4. And Sanfilippo, he will retake for that 3rd spot. One thing I have to say about Alex Duff, though, is he is always hungry for that race win. But as of right now, Stephen Luttrell currently in that 4th spot. He is actually now being attacked by that number 55 of Truth Hope. But Teft, he is starting to reel in your race leader now. It is now under 0.3 seconds. And just one lap ago, it was just about a half a second behind. So Alex Teft is definitely starting to reel him in. He's been able to save probably just enough tires to try to catch him. And here he comes, getting right to that back bumper.
The way this stands, it's a race between Alex and Blair if Sean stays about where he is. Alex and Blair entered this race tied, but Blair's going to have more bonus points, but they're both battling for the win. If it comes down to the two of them, that 4-point buffer for a win would make the difference no matter what, I believe.
Yeah.
You guys are making me do math.
It's okay, I'm right there with you, crunching numbers myself as well.
Sanfilippo's having a really great run, but he entered 11 points back, and with these other two I mean, yeah, it's everything's so close. The two in front of him were only four points in front of him going into this race. Sean has started to make up a little ground. Troy also looks like they're quite a separation. I don't know if something happened to Troy. He's about 16 seconds back. Just
So that would be actually, if they were to finish first, second, Alex and Blair, with Alex winning, I think he would actually beat Blair by 1 point. If my math is right.
trying to see if something happened with Troy. It just seems like he lost a chunk of time somewhere, and I'm not sure where.
So far, Sean's made his way back up to that 8th spot.
If I know Alex, he's either gonna go long and splash and go, or take tires. Now that I say that, he's coming on the radio saying he's coming in. My bet would be 2 rights.
And this is the pit stop that is absolutely going to count the most. Do not speed on pit road. Don't speed on pit road. Don't miss your pit box. Your tires.
Yep, just 2.
As we have just about 15 laps remaining here for the season. And right now, Brandon Sanfilippo, he's back to the back bumper of Blair Holloman. And he's trying to get closing in here as he is he's trying to come alive here in the later stages of this race. And Sanfilippo, he's doing an absolute fantastic job at doing that.
We did talk about fuel saving with potentially topping off at one point. It doesn't seem like anybody's really on that strategy. Unless that's what Troy's a little bit far back. I don't know if that's what he's doing.
Yeah. So Brandon Sanfilippo, he took over the race lead on the exit there of turn number 4. As you saw, Holloman just right around the outside. As of right now, it doesn't look like Holloman is trying to save any fuel to get to the end, so we're going to have to wait to see how long before these drivers do decide to come back down pit road, as he's looking again to the inside here of Sanfilippo. As no, he's going to crank it down onto pit road. Let's see if he can... Yeah, all clear coming in. Alright.
You're gonna take tires, you want time to use them, and the laps are really ticking down here.
Yep. Yeah, next time we will have 10 laps to go. So you can pretty much go all out at this point. Oh, Blair's taking 4 tires on this pit stop.
I wonder if that's a mistake.
That could be a bad mistake there.
Could be that he just had the box checked. The box for right side tires checked, or lefts, or whatever. saying everything backwards, but you got to make sure you got your boxes checked appropriately is what I'm trying to say, and you can mess that up.
And now it's going to come down to what Sean Dunaway does here in that number 01 Hello Kitty machine. Was this the right call by by Holloman to get that championship? But we are going to find out in just a few short laps.
Alex looks to have got a pretty good jump on Blair here by coming in so early. I think if we learned anything earlier in the race, it was that going long never really paid off, it felt like.
Yep. We've got just about 7 now to go.
They really only need a few laps of fuel, but...
Well, Christian, I even called it out, so there.
Looks like
I know you're invested, it's alright.
Wall there off of 4.
I'm just giving Christian a hard time. As they're coming to 6 laps to go this time by.
I think Alex is leading the strategy of guys that have pitted. Can these other guys make it? They got another 6 laps. The difference between 2 tires and a splash and go isn't really huge.
This is getting intense.
Yeah, one of these guys could upset the apple cart and grab that 4 extra points for winning, and that's really critical.
I am just throwing it out there. Sean Dunaway, I think he's going to try to make it all the way as we have 5 laps to go this time.
He has done it before.
Yeah?
He tried it last week, actually, and was off by just a little bit. Wound up second, but...
As we now ride on board here with Sean Dunaway, just listen to him hitting that clutch heading here into turn number 3.
It did feel like a pretty far stretch to be able to do it.
Yeah. Now just hear him going down into turn number 1 because I've been riding on board with him for a couple of laps now. Ready?
This place is just so full throttle, and when you're out of the throttle to save, you're just slow. It's hard to pull it off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're getting ready to come to lap 103. Oh man, this is going to be close.
You could really use some draft also, but you're going so slow that everybody just drives away from you. So it's a really tough place to save.
Yeah.
And there's not a place where you really get off the gas much where you could just clutch it on entry or something, so this is going to be something. Take it away, Mike.
All right, yeah, so the next time by, it's going to be 2 laps to go. Sean Dunaway, he is looking to take home the championship here today at Chicagoland as he is circling around now for turns 3 and 4. But I want to point out Truth Hoke in that number 55. He's coming down pit road now, and that's going to turn the race over to Alan Wild in that number 33 paint scheme. But 2 laps to go now for Sean Dunaway and the championship. Alan Wild, one of your chase contenders, he is looking to bring home the race win, but all eyes are on second place Sean Dunaway in that 01 Hello Kitty Chevrolet. As he comes now out of turn number 4, this is it. White flag is out for Sean Dunaway. Can he make 1.5 more miles here at Chicagoland to take home not only the championship, but the race win? This is it. This is for all the marbles now. 2 more corners for Sean Dunaway. Everybody else had to come down and pit. Patrick Millett in that number 18 machine, sitting 12 or 10 seconds back out of turn number 4. Out of fuel coming down to this line. It is going to be Sean Dunaway, your champion for the Tuesday Night Truck Series and your race winner here at Chicagoland. What an absolute way to end the season for your race win and to bring home the champion, running out of fuel on the final lap coming out of turn 4. I don't know how he did it, but he's deciding he's going to try to do some kind of burnout here on the backstretch. No, he's going to get some love in here by Alex Teft and Blair Holloman. Just so you know, those 3 drivers did finish 1, 2, 3, but Blair Holloman, he did finish in that 3rd spot. So that was not, I don't think that was enough, even with the points, all those bonus points to get the to take home the championship. So, but this is definitely going to be for Sean Dunaway, and man, he better be picking up his kiddies and thanking them a ton for not trying to ruin his race today here at Chicagoland.
Yeah, we don't have to do any math now, Mike.
Right there at the line, these gentlemen are going to come up and burn it down on the front straightaway. Well, I mean, at least Alex Teft is. But ladies and gentlemen, this right here, I believe, is your top 3 in the standings and your top 3 of today's race. I mean, how awesome is that just all around? You know, your 1, 2, 3 in the championship is your 1, 2, 3 in the standings. And once we get that final numbers, we'll get those out to you here as well.
Yeah, Sean Dunaway took the championship by 10 points over Troy. And Blair is actually tied with Alex for 3rd. They entered tied and they're exiting tied, and they're tied on top 10s. So whoever, I believe Alex finished in front of Blair this race. That's that's the ultimate tiebreaker, and looks like he's going to take 3rd in the championship standings. And Sam Flippo will be 5th.
All around, ladies and gentlemen, what a phenomenal season for all these drivers, and yeah, just tied in top 10s, points. Oh man, that is just absolutely crazy.
And if you missed any of that, there is actually a link in the chat.
Yeah, so definitely go take a look at that. That's your point standings. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3, and we'll also see about trying to get Troy Thomas up here as well.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Juliet, Chicago. I'm sorry, Illinois, for the season finale of the Tuesday Night Truck Series right here at Chicagoland. Just all around, ladies and gentlemen, what a incredible way to finish out the season. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at our uh, results for tonight's race, and then we'll get to talking to our race winners. Coming home first in that number 01 and clinching the championship, it's going to be Sean Dunaway, followed by the hard charging of Alex Teft. I told you guys throughout the run, Alex Teft is going to do his Alex Teft things, and sure enough, he came home second. Blair Holloman just came home very short from beating Teft, but he will bring it home third. Brandon Sanfilippo, what an incredible run for him. Will bring it home fourth. Troy Thomas coming home fifth. Kirby Wayne Scott sixth. Steve Luttrell's will come home seventh. Eighth will go to Kyle Hess. Philip Archibald and Truth Hoke will round out your top 10. 11th will go to Jonathan Stidham, followed by Patrick Millett. Chris Gotzel in that 707 will come home 13th. 14th, Alan Wild. 15th, Timothy Eisburn. Aaron Roth, Barry Nelson, Frank Chavez, and the one, the only Andrew Teft will finish 106 laps down. So, that is your results for today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's go ahead and talk with third place finisher today, Blair Holloman, driver of that number 32 machine. Blair, this is Mike and Andrew up in the booth. Do you got a copy? I saw you lit up, but I did not hear anything. Yeah, he's queuing up, but I don't hear him.
Hello. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Blair Holloman, again, driver that number 32, Goodwrench Chevrolet. What an incredible run for you here today. You come home third. In the standings, you tied for third, but unfortunately, top 10 wise, Alex Teft will sneak home third in the standings, putting you back fourth. But all around, you had just had probably one of the most incredible seasons that Racer Elite has seen. How do you feel about your performance here today? Um, and just talk us through the emotions of your whole entire season.
Tonight, the truck actually drove quite well. Setup was primarily a little tight, but all in all, the truck drove nice. Um, with the way the season played out, I really can't be mad with how any bit of it went. We went to a bunch of different places. I was able to start the season off with a win. I ran Myrtle Beach first time in my life. Bought the track the day of. Well, got the track the day of, and actually practiced when we went there. So that was kind of cool to get a win there. And all in all, just the way the season played out, there was a lot of fun moments. I can't be upset finishing fourth, third, or wherever in points. It was actually a lot of fun. The only races I didn't really have a lot of fun was the two races where my computer decided to be a little angry. I know Texas, I got clocked on pit road speeding, but there was two parts in the race where packet loss started flashing on the screen, and I'm like, And of course, Richmond, the computer just wasn't having any bit of it. So, but all in all, it was a good season. Definitely set a pretty high bar there. Hopefully, I can do a little bit more of that next season.
Yeah, next season though, you're gonna have a hard charging Andrew Teft. He spent the all season up here with me in the booth, and let me tell you what, he's ready and eager to get back down on track and contend with you for the not only the race wins but the championship. So, all around though, I do have actually one question about tonight. The final pit stop. We saw that you took four tires. Was that intentional, or did you just for your gets on click for two?
We put 4 on for a purpose. We're a cruise missile. They're gonna know where I'm at when I go flying on by them. There's a lot of people saving fuel, and there's some people on some worn tires. It's like, well, I put 4 on it. I don't got to lift for 10 laps. I might as well let it fly.
Heck yeah, I like that. And that's why you are called the gambler. But Andrew, do you have any questions for Blair tonight?
No, just congratulations, great run. Um, really great first half of the race, led a ton of laps, and put up a really good effort despite the technical issues. So just congratulations, and I'll pass it back to you for your shoutouts.
Thank you. Well, looking forward to racing you next season. I've been waiting for this. You don't see what's happening. But I want to give a couple shout outs here. I know my dad's watching. Hopefully he's entertained. Yost, I know he hasn't been able to race with us much with work. I hope he was somewhat entertained with what he saw. I try my hardest to try to pull that Zeos banner the best I can. I know I'm not him, so I'm not the spirit of it, but I at least try my best. I want to give shout out to Sophie who's watching this. Of course, my former teammate. I know he kind of saw this a little bit, old Jordan. But all in all, it was just a fun season, fun evening, and definitely can't wait to get back to it next season. I actually got to paint some trucks and stuff, running some of the older stuff that I've already ran. So gives me something to do for a couple weeks here before we run it back.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on your third place. Congratulations in getting your fourth place finish in the championship. And we look forward to seeing you kick some butt next season. And you have yourself a good night, man.
Thank guys. I'll catch y'all next time we run.
Ladies and gentlemen, driver in that number 32 Goodrich Chevrolet. It's going to be Blair Holloman, your third place finisher today, fourth place in the championship. And now let's go ahead and bring up your second place finisher today, your third place in the championship, Alex Teft, driver of that number 43 Racer Elite Home Depot looking Toyota. Alex, it's Mike and Andrew up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alex, just what an incredible race for you here today. Um, I was kind of questioning it, probably about the halfway point with you being back in, I want to say it was probably like ninth or 10th. And I was like, you know what? Alex Teft is going to do Alex Teft things and he's going to be up here at the end. And sure enough, here you are second. Talk us through your race today and what emotions do you feel about your season and coming up third place overall?
Uh, yeah, just overall through the race, started in the back, so I was trying to be as aggressive as I could be at the start, try to make up some spots real quick, but it was kind of tough to pass, especially when you were in a pack of cars because people could pick up the draft off each other, and the dirty air was a bit tough to if someone was in front of you to try to make a pass on somebody. I got lucky on that first caution that came out. It was during that fuel cycle, and I was able to make up a bunch of ground that way. Restarted third, and then I was hoping it was going to go green from there, but I think I could have had something. But that second caution came out and really just created all sorts of different strategy options, as you could see, because the fuel saving ended up winning it. But I needed to win, so I did what I thought was best and stayed out for a bit. Took the two tires, short pit Blair to get a decent gap, and that part of the plan worked. But yeah, just needed Sean to run out a lap sooner and fall to like fifth place or so, and could have had it. This was easily the best opportunity I've had at a championship in I think any of the leagues so far. So definitely hurts to let this one go a little bit, but uh, good job by Sean for being able to save as much as he did. It was I honestly didn't think it was going to be possible, but no, they made it happen.
Yeah, definitely a very very great run out of Sean for sure. But yeah, man, you answered pretty much all my other questions. Andrew, I'm gonna pass it over to you. You got any questions for brother Alex?
No, he kind of took the words out of my mouth. I was just gonna say, I think this is probably your best truck championship in particular. Usually really strong in next gen, but we talked about you a lot this season, and just keep running up front. It's a matter of time before one of them lands in your lap. But yeah, we'll pass it back to you for your shoutouts.
Yeah, hopefully one of these days I'll learn how to qualify and can maybe, get a more consistent top threes. But yeah, no, definitely want to thank you guys in the Race Elite Network booth, and thank yourself for Race Elite, and then congratulations to Sean Dunaway for winning the championship and keeping the championship in the chicken coop racing stable. And then yeah, thank the fans and the viewers that watch all the time, and my wife.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we set out big congratulations to Alex Teft on your uh, second place finish here today. Third place in the championship, and we look forward to see what you can do next season.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, driver that number 43 machine, Alex Teft. Let's go ahead and bring up your second, or I'm sorry, yeah, your second place finisher in the championship, Troy Thomas. Troy, this is Mike and Andrew up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, fellas.
Troy, what an incredible season for you. We were very unsure of, how this race would work out for you, but you made the right moves at the right time, and you came home second in the championship. So congratulations there. Talk us through your season. How did everything play out to you, and what do you got to do in order to get that top spot next season?
Well, I'm actually as shocked as y'all are. I mean, I'm not supposed to be in the second position with Blair and everybody else here, so that's kind of a shocker. But I was consistent at least for the season, I thought. So that win there at opening playoffs, that was huge. So that got the confidence up, and so that propelled me in the playoffs and just got hot at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely made a big, huge difference to your run here at the end of the season. So coming into next season, um, what's your thoughts, and do you think you're going to be able to duplicate from this season?
I'm actually sitting out next season.
No,
Yeah,
Troy, you're
I'm not
fired.
taking it next week, next season.
You're fired, Troy. You're fired.
I'm so distraught. I gotta sit back and punt and try again.
All right. Well, I mean, that sounds like a good plan. Andrew, do you have any questions for Troy?
Oh, great run. I hope I didn't jinx you tonight because I picked you, but
Yep, that's now I know everything.
yeah, second is still a huge accomplishment, especially against these guys. They're tough.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
but yeah, we'll pass it back to you for your shoutouts.
Congratulations for Sean for a good hard fought championship. Wish it could have been me, but it wasn't in the card. So, congrats to Sean. Thank you guys for putting this on, and Andrew for everything you've done, especially last week with the 500 and all. So, big shout out to you for everything you do for Racers Elite and my teammates, Truth and Barry, and my wife, of course, for letting me do this. So, shout out to her.
Absolutely. Definitely a big shout out to all of our spouses for letting us do this. Well, Troy, congratulations on your second place of finish in the championship. And we'll look forward to your return here in the near future.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, your second place in the championship, Troy Thomas. Now, let's bring up the man of the hour, driver of that number 01 Hello Kitty Chevrolet, Sean Dunaway. Sean, Mike, and Andrew up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I got you.
All right, Sean. It was a running joke at the start of the season with Hello Kitty on the side of your car. It worked out for you and you said, you know what? We're going to keep it on. And here we are, Chicagoland, 13 races later, I believe. And you are now the new Truck Series champion and race winner here at Chicagoland. Talk us through that final fuel run. What was going through your head? And did you think at all if you would be able to make it to that start finish line?
Yeah, most importantly, everybody got beat by the Hello Kitty car now, so that's a big win, for sure. But
I was
yeah,
gonna say that after, dang it.
so
I
yeah,
gotta think of
now
something
I
else.
now I said everybody has to run something with Hello Kitty on their cars now, for next season here for sure. But yeah, it was when that caution flew, I didn't know how to feel really. There was 32 laps to go. Then I looked at my fuel and it said 30. I was like, huh, you know, I could save that 2 laps of fuel. And so I started and I did. And then I think you guys saw me drop pretty fast. It's a pretty big drafting track. So definitely fell out of the top 10 pretty fast there. I felt like, I don't know, I was like maybe 12 to 15 seconds behind at once they started pitting. I was like, maybe this wasn't the right move at this point in time. But then, people started pitting. I noticed, I was fuel saving, but I didn't have to clutch it so long all the time. Definitely just like going into the corners, but there wasn't a lot of laps where I was just like in the middle of the straight, just clutching it or anything. So yeah, it worked out at the end. As you saw, I ran out of fuel right at a turn 4 and just coasted it down for the win there.
Yeah, so talk us through the emotions of the entire season now. Um, you've definitely had your ups, you've had your downs. At one point, we weren't sure if you were going to be able to win a race this season, but you proved us wrong after we said that, and now I think you're like 3 wins in deep this season. Um, what are your emotions about the season, and what do you have to do next season in order to duplicate what you did this season?
Yeah, for sure. That I remember the first, I don't know, few races. I don't feel like I was in the booth. It was always like right in the top 5 or right outside the top 5. I felt pretty sluggish going into the season. But the most important part is I was consistent throughout the whole season. There wasn't a lot of times where I was outside of the top 10. I don't know my stats, but I feel like most of them were top 5s at least. So consistency was at least key from the start there. Then the chase started, and the most important part was trying to beat Blair. And he had some unfortunate races throughout that portion. He had some internet issues. He had some hard times on a pit road, and that really helped out along the way there. Um, I remember the Phoenix race where I actually was able to pass Blair, which was really fun and which was really cool. But next season it's all about beating Blair. That's how I feel.
Well, before I turn it over to Andrew, uh, you're not only going to have to worry about Blair next season. You're going to have to worry about a guy named Andrew Teft
Yeah,
as
that's true
he's
too.
as he's making his return to the trucks next season. So,
Yeah.
Andrew, do you have any questions for your champion?
This was like a walk-off homer. We talked, I don't know, it was Phoenix a couple weeks ago about that huge save at the end of the race where could have easily just thrown it away and actually collected it back up and refocused and chased down Blair, one of the toughest guys to pass in the whole league, to win that race. And I said, if you go on to win this championship, that's going to be the moment that I would look back at. And tonight, it's like a walk-off homer. It's really cool to see another first-time champion, and pretty neat to keep the trophy, inside chicken coop racing.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, let's pass it to you for your shout-outs. Congratulations.
Yeah, shout out to Chicken Coop Racing, of course. How long has it been now? Maybe 2 years? Maybe not even yet. A year and a half or 2 years. But this league has been amazing. The racing is usually clean. Everybody's, I wouldn't say everybody's friendly all the time. We get into arguments for sure, but it's definitely the cleanest racing you'll get out there. So if you haven't already, check out Racers Elite. Great league. No complaints at all for sure. Shout out to my wife, my mom and stepdad for always watching, and then my cats for helping me win the championship here.
All right. Well, Sean, big, huge congratulations on your series championship tonight. And we look forward to seeing what you can do next season in the trucks.
Hey, we're
All
gonna
right.
have to get you. We're gonna have to get you some burnout time, seeing you couldn't do one tonight.
Yeah,
Week
for
1.
sure. Yeah, I'll do it week 1 for sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, season 10 Tuesday Night Truck Series champion, driver of that number 01 Hello Kitty Chevrolet, Sean Dunaway will bring it home with the championship. All around, Andrew, what an incredible race. What an incredible season. A lot of up and downs. I'm sorry. Oh, season 9. I'm sorry. Season 9 champion. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. My bad. Um, yeah, we are heading into season 10, but who knows? With that, Sean Dunaway very well could be your season 10 champion. But man, just all around, what an up and down season for a lot of these drivers. Blair Holloman, extremely strong, led the most laps of the entire season. I believe he scored the most wins of the season as well. Just what an incredible season for these guys, and what are you looking forward to the most with you getting back out on track next season?
Well, I was talking to the guys earlier, and I said, if Blair doesn't win this, I don't have to go back out there and try to earn another title to be back on top. We would have been tied at 3 championships each. Now I don't have to defend that, so maybe I'll stick around. You get another season of me in the booth, but still got some time to decide. But yeah, this was new for me. Didn't know what to expect really, but these guys out there just made it easy really and gave us plenty to talk about the entire season. There were so many fun finishes, and this is probably my favorite series here. Just a lot of really clean, respectful drivers, and glad to see them all coming back next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except Troy, I got to work on that.
Yeah, definitely. Either or, if you come back up here in the booth, definitely listening to you grow as a commentator throughout this season. You've definitely grown a lot, but either way, man, if you're up here or down on track, we'll see you next season in the trucks. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us for season 9 Tuesday Night Truck Series. Tomorrow night, we will be doing it all over with the Xfinity Series right here on Racers Elite Network. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth with my good friend Andrew Teff, our amazing, probably top-notch production guy, Christian Hill. Thank you so much for everything you have done this season for us here at Racers Elite. We look forward to working with you more later on. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, make sure you like this video, this race, subscribe, ring that bell to know when every single night we go live, and always check us out at racerselite.com, where you can find all of our up and coming racing and seasons, learn more about the league. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. If it's not fun, you go and make it fun. Until next season, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a beautiful time zone.